Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the financial system. We're going to look past the banking apps and the debit cards to get to the real, genuine mechanics of how your money actually works. So let's just dive right in.
We've all been there, right? You work hard all month, you're waiting for that direct deposit to hit, and then, boom, this. A huge chunk of it is just gone. No heads up, no, hey, is this okay? It's just gone. So what on earth happened? That's right. Turns out, before you even get a chance to spend a single dollar, you've already paid your monthly fee to a service you never actually signed up for. And good luck trying to cancel.
Okay, so let's start with that first, most obvious hit. The money that just vanishes between what your employer says they paid you and what really lands in your account. Yep, we're talking about taxes.
And it's not just one simple thing. The system is pretty creative. There are taxes on the money you make, taxes on the money you spend, and get this, even taxes on the money your money makes. It's like every single dollar has to run a gauntlet of invisible toll booths. And here's the part that's just wild. After they take all this money, the system then turns around and forces you to play this bizarre guessing game every year. And what's the prize for winning? You just don't get in trouble. It's a strange rule for sure, but it's one we all have to play by. Okay, so a chunk of your money went to taxes. We've established that. But what about the rest of it? The money that makes it safely into your bank account? Well, that money has a whole secret life you probably don't know about. Most of us, we think of a bank like a super secure warehouse for our cash, right? Like it's just sitting in a vault with our name on it. But the reality is so much more active. The bank isn't a storage unit, it's a matchmaker. It takes your money and immediately puts it to work, for them. They call this system fractional reserve banking. Now, for letting them use your money, the bank gives you a little something back, a small thank you. And this is the interest you might see pop up in your savings account, usually a tiny, tiny fraction of a percent. And here's the other side of that deal. The very same money you just deposited, it's loaned out to someone else for a car or a house at a much, much higher rate. That huge gap between what they pay you and what they charge somebody else, well, that's their entire business model. So what's the engine that's powering this whole operation? It's compound interest. It's a really powerful idea where your interest starts making its own interest. It's this snowball effect that can either build your wealth or build up your debt. And this just sums it up perfectly. It shows you the two completely different faces of compound interest. If it's working against you, say on a credit card balance, it's an absolute monster that just grows and grows. But if you're the one earning it from your investments, it becomes this silent employee working for you 24/7. So we've got taxes and banks, but beyond that, there are even bigger, almost invisible forces out there that are silently shaping the genuine value of your money every single day. The first one is called inflation, and you have definitely felt this. It's the reason a coffee costs more today than it did 5 years ago. It's the slow, quiet, constant erosion of what your money can actually buy. This really makes it personal, doesn't it? The number on the bill never changes, but its real power, its ability to get you the things you need in life, just shrinks over time. Inflation is like a silent thief. And sometimes the economy doesn't just cool off, it actually shrinks. A recession, it's like this painful but sort of necessary reset button. After a period where everyone's spending like crazy, things pull back. It's a natural cycle in the system, even though it feels really scary when we're in one. Okay, we've talked about taxes, we've talked about banks, these invisible forces, but now we get to the very heart of it, the most fundamental and, frankly, the most shocking secret about what money itself actually is. Just let that sink in for a second. All of this stress, all this work, this whole complicated system, it's all built around something that isn't really real. So what does that even mean? Here's the key. A dollar bill is just a piece of paper. The only thing that makes it actual currency is that we all agree it has value. Money is a shared story. It's a system built completely on trust and shared belief.
So, understanding that money is just a game with a set of rules is one thing. But the real question is, what do you do with that knowledge? How do you go from being a pawn in the game to being a player?
Well, if inflation is always eating away at the value of cash, then leaving your money sitting as cash is a guaranteed way to lose. The only way to defend yourself is to invest it, to turn that money into assets that can grow. You can own little pieces of companies, or loan money to governments, or own actual property. This is how you fight back.
But of all the assets you can possibly own, there is one tool that is more powerful than any other, the single greatest multiplier in this entire system, and it's something every single one of us has. And that's the final secret. Real, genuine wealth isn't built with thousands of dollars. It's built over decades. Consistent action over a long, long time. That is the actual formula. Time is the one resource you have that can make this entire system start working for you instead of against you.
So now you see it. You see the mechanics behind the curtain, how taxes, banks, and inflation really work. The system isn't some kind of magic, it's just a set of rules. And that leaves you with one really important question you gotta ask yourself.